Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel, and today I am going to show you how to make the Filipino beef soup called nilaga. And it's basically meat that's been boiled to tender consistency. So over here I filled this big pot halfway with water, and I have 1 pound of country rib beef meat and also beef ribs that I'm boiling. And I did put some whole peppercorns in there. So there's whole peppercorns, about 1 teaspoon, and I took most of the scum out already. So I'm going to boil that for about until it gets a little tender, and that's been boiling for about 15 minutes on a medium heat. Okay, over here I have some potatoes in cold water, and this is 3 medium-sized potatoes that I've cut into 8s. And this is half of a cabbage that I've cut into long strips, about 1.5 inch long strips. This is the width is about 1.5 inches, and it's the whole length of the cabbage. 2 jalapenos, but you can use any pepper you like, any chili you like. This is half of a small onion, thinly sliced. The broccoli is optional. I'm just gonna set that aside. My kids love broccoli, so I just add that in last minute, but you don't have to add broccoli. Okay, so we have fish sauce that we're gonna add, and you can add up to how much you like, but I add about like 1/4 of a cup or 3 tablespoons. This is the whole black pepper that I used in the soup right now while it's boiling. Okay, this I'm going to put in shortly. It's dried minced onion. This is 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Now this I'm going to put in the very end. This is dried or fried garlic. So you can buy this already made in a container, or you can fry some garlic until it's brown and drain the fat or the oil. So I'm going to sprinkle that in last minute. And here you can see I've already cleaned some of the scum that was on top of the meat while it was boiling. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the 1 tablespoon of minced onion. And even though we already have regular onion, I'm just going to put that in for additional flavor. So let me set this aside. Okay, and then also I'm going to go ahead and add the salt, the garlic, okay, and then the pepper. Okay, so I'm going to give that a stir. And I'm going to go ahead and clean off any additional scum that forms as this boils. I'm going to let this boil about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add the jalapeno pepper. And like I said, you can add any chili that you would like serrano pepper or the long light green pepper, whatever you like, but I have jalapeno on hand, so that's what I'm going to put today. So I'm going to cover this and let it boil for 10 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 jalapeno peppers and also the fish sauce. I just kind of eyeball it, but it's about like 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to give that a stir. Okay, so that's going to boil for another 10 minutes, and then I'll go check on it. Okay, so what I did was I took the jalapeno peppers out. I just let it cook in the broth for about 10 minutes, and then I took it out, and I'm going to put that back in the broth, in the soup, when I add the cabbage later on. So the meat has been boiling like a total of about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and when the meat is tender, we're going to go ahead and add take the water out of the potatoes and add that. And then we'll let it boil for about 10 minutes. Then we're gonna add the cabbage and jalapeno pepper back in the soup. And then we're gonna add the garlic last. So we'll be right back. Okay, so the meat is really tender now. Make sure you get a fork or some kind of, you know, you can take out one of the meats and see if it's to your desired tenderness, but it is tender now. So I went ahead and took the water out of the potatoes, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that. And I'm gonna boil that for about 5 to 8 minutes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the cabbage and the jalapeno. So go ahead and let that boil for 5 to 8 minutes and cover the pot. Okay, so the potatoes are almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the cabbage. And I'm going to put the 2 jalapeno peppers back in there too. Okay, just get some of the broth and pour it right over the cabbage. And that'll steam and cook. You don't want to overcook the cabbage. So I'm going to let that cook. I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about like another 2 to 3 minutes. Also, I'm going to pour some of this garlic on top. Okay, I'm not going to use the whole thing. I would say that's about 2 tablespoons. So let's go ahead and cover this. Okay everyone, this is the finished recipe of the beef nilaga, the Filipino beef soup. And over here is one of the beef ribs, and this is one of the tender meats. And it has the potatoes and the cabbage and the jalapeno pepper. And this is usually served with a side of rice. And it's really delicious. So I hope you liked my video. Try out my recipe, and if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials on cooking, hair, and makeup. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.